Hello, fellow educators. Welcome to the 18th episode of Teacher's Tent, a place to regain your strength after a long day, week, or maybe semester this 2023. I'm your host, Steve G. I am thrilled to announce that today's episode also concludes our first season. Teacher's Tent is close to reaching 2,000 plays. What an honor it's been to be part of this community. In these months, you guys have truly shown that individually, we're ordinary. Together, we're extraordinary. I'm also excited to be able to celebrate with you, my fellow educators, because we made it. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, summer is finally here. I know some of you want to go out there and just chill, while others are carefully considering how to spend every minute of these precious almost 10 weeks we get, right? Today, we'll share some ideas of what we believe will help you and what will not help you to have a restful summer. Before we go to this exciting topic, however, let me commend everyone for their unfailing effort and hard work throughout this entire past year. Great job, guys. I believe we teachers are not thanked enough for the many, many things we do. At Teachers Tent, we want to exalt educators and the fundamental role we play in society. So, well done, my gurus. In this episode, as usual, I'll share my five things which I believe will help us to get the most out of our break. So let's hope you truly enjoy today's presentation. Please keep sharing your feedback after listening, either through comments on Instagram or emails, in ways you think could help a teacher maximize his or her summer time. So let's talk about how to have a restful summer. A second thing to do to get rest is to clean, decide, and pack. Once students leave, it is so tempting to just box everything and walk away into your summer. However, when you do return, it'll be hard to sort things out. It pays off, even if you feel tired, which we are, to go over your classroom materials now and decide one of these three options: what you'll keep, what you'll give away, and what you'll throw away. By decluttering now, you'll get a head start next school year. Also, you'll avoid the frustration of having to deal with it when you don't even remember whatever in the world you use that material for. If you're anything like me, my mind gets fully reset during the summer, so I would struggle a lot remembering any such things. Item number four to ensure a restful break is to evaluate your year. The sooner I do this every time, the better, lest I forget. My assessment is simple. Using a journal, I make a list of what worked this year and what didn't. This professional meditation, as I call it in my presentations, allows me to see what I can change for the new year. If what didn't work was due to some situation over which you have no control, there's not much point in pondering. I focus only on those things that I can control, which basically have to do with me most times. I can hardly control much more around me. Make this also a time to set yourself professional goals. This is probably the only moment when you'll have the time to do this. Ask yourself where you'd like to be in your educational journey 5 years from now. Since Teacher's Tent will take a break until mid July, because I want to practice what I preach, of course, this is also a great time for you to go back to previous episodes of Teacher's Tent and listen to the topics with a different ear. Writing down in your journal your takeaway from the different episodes will let you discover things you hadn't paid attention to when you listened to it the first time. Close your time of professional assessment by making New Year's resolutions. August will be, after all, a new school year. A final fifth valuable element is forget about school. Please avoid thinking or worrying about how you're going to start next school year. Every year, I know that because of my exhaustion, I tend to feel like I won't be able to start next August, and this summer will not be enough to recover from such a long and demanding year. And guess what? Every year, the miracle of summer happens again and again. By following these simple steps I suggest here, My body and mind are slowly rejuvenated, and when the time comes to go back to work, I actually feel ready. And, very important, please ignore those pics on social media that show teachers working in their rooms in midsummer, displaying Pinterest like looking classrooms, making you feel like you've done nothing yet. They're either not real, or if they are, they're not healthy. I avoid any such thing at all costs because that would stop my much needed hibernation process that will allow me to recover and be whole and ready for the new year when I need to be. In conclusion, enjoying our summer sounds easy compared to working, but bearing in mind the five suggestions we shared should help ensure your adequate rest. Namely, remember who you are, clean, decide, and pack your room, choose your trainings wisely, evaluate your year with the help of a journal, and forget about school. These are the top five on my list that we have covered in today's episode. Summer, finally. I would love to hear what suggestions would make your top five list. Feel free to email me this or other comments to steve at teachestent.com. Again, that's steve at teachestent.com. Or you can follow Teachers Tent on Instagram. Teachers Tent altogether lowercase. In the meantime, please join us on July 18th as we return for a second season of Teachers Tent with our podcast's 19th episode. So much to do. Where do I start? Coming back from the summer break to an empty classroom can be daunting for teachers, especially to new educators. Join us to discover where to begin and avoid feeling stressed already in your very first week. So, please let me know in advance any ideas and tips you might have on this topic. Also, during the break, feel free to visit teacherstent.com, my webpage. You'll find a number of resources as well as abstracts of presentations I share at schools. Consider asking your administrators if you feel like you'd like any of those topics presented at your own school. Summer is usually when schools book me for the upcoming fall semester. Finally, consider becoming an ambassador of Teachers Tent by suggesting topics you'd like to hear about, sharing with friends and coworkers, and becoming a top contributor. Teachers Tent is honoring two educators today who have been awarded the top contributor title for this, our first season. Miss Ree, a fourth grade teacher in Texas, and Gus M., a fourth grade bilingual teacher in Mesquite, Texas. Our gratitude to both educators who almost weekly contributed, shared, supported, and inspired us here at Teachers Tent. Look for their smiley pictures on our Instagram page soon. And remember, if you're enjoying the show, please don't forget to let your colleagues and friends know about and bring them to Teachers Tent. We'll make room for them too. Have a great summer.